Hi, my name is Keddy Davis, and I'm about to show you how you can use the threshold adjustment layer to check that your white backgrounds are actually white. This is an image that I took about a year ago. The background looks perfectly white to me, but I don't want to take that for granted. So what I will do, I will use the threshold adjustment layer just to double check that everything is how it should be. To get to your threshold adjustment layer, you can either find it here in the adjustments palette. You can either go over here, it's right there, or you can go down to this yin yang icon, which is down there. Click on that, and go to threshold, and that creates a threshold adjustment layer. This little area here represents the histogram. If you want to check for pure black, drag the slider to the left and it will show you anywhere that's pure black. If you would like to check for pure white, drag the slider all the way to the right and it will show you everywhere that's pure white. Any area that's pure white will be represented as white, and anything that's not white, even if it's only slightly under, it will be represented as black. In the case of this image, the reason why this area is white is because I extended the image further this way in post. So basically this area here has been created by Photoshop, so it is going to be perfectly white. But this part here is from the actual photo data, so it's not quite white. Now, to remedy this, what you can do is select the image, extract it, and put a white background behind it. So what we'll do is first to turn off the threshold layer, select the background image, go to the channels palette, go through your channels and find which one has the most contrast. So this is the red channel, the green channel, and the blue channel. In the case of my image, and generally with pictures of people, you tend to find that the blue channel tends to be the most contrasty. Not always, but it's usually the case, so it's best to double check. Anyway, so if you click on that, what you want to do is duplicate the channel. You don't actually want to mess with the original channel because you'll cause some weird things to happen to your image. You just don't want to do that. Anyway, so what you do, you can duplicate it by either right clicking and go to duplicate channel like so, or what you can do is click and drag the layer to this icon down here, which is the new layer icon, new channel icon, sorry, and that will create a new channel for you. Select the channel, go over here, and then what you do, you bring up the levels control panel. To do this, you press Control or Command and L, and that will bring up the levels control panel. And then what you do is tweak these sliders like so, bring these up until you get an image that's similar to that. This is going to be used to create a selection, so you want to make sure that it's as contrasty as possible. Hit OK, and then from there use a black paintbrush, use the paintbrush tool, and then paint over any areas that have been missed by the tool, like so. If you would like to refine a part that's really close to the edge, you can use the burn tool, which is over here, like so, and make sure your range is set to shadows. And from there you can go right up to the edge and only your shadow areas will be affected. So basically the white area won't get affected. In the case of my image, it seems to be fine, so it's not necessary to do that, but just thought I'll show you anyway. Now to create a selection, what you do, first of all, you select that channel if it's not already selected, and then hit Control and I, or Command and I if you're on a Mac. That will invert the colors. From there, hit the Control or Command key again and click on the layer like that. Click on the channel like that, and it will create a selection. Click the RGB again, go back to the Layers tab, and make sure that you selected the actual background layer, or whichever layer that you're on. Now from there, you go down here to the mask icon, click on that, and it creates a layer mask for you. If you need to make any further adjustments to the layer mask, right click here and then go to Select a Mask, and that will bring up the Select and Mask dialog box. From here you can make any adjustments that you need to using these sliders, or by using the adjustment tools over here. But my image seems to be fine, it doesn't seem to be necessary, so I will just click Cancel. Now what you can do now is create a new layer and put behind it. So to create a new layer, come down here, click on this icon here. If you are using an earlier version of Photoshop, the icon should be in the same place, but it might look slightly different. Or another way of doing it is by pressing Shift+Ctrl and N, or Shift-Command and N, and that will also create a new layer for you. If you would like to do it the keyboard shortcut way, then what you will do, you will hit D on the keyboard just to make sure you've got your default colors, and then press X to switch the colors so that the foreground color is now white and the background color is black. From there, you can use the paint bucket tool, click that, and go over here and fill the layer with white. And then drag the layer that you just created below the original layer, and you should now have a perfectly white background. If you want to double check that, just switch back on the threshold layer that you created earlier, and there you go, perfectly white. Now that you know that your background is perfectly white, you can now send it to print without having to worry about getting dark areas in the white parts of your image. And you can also put it onto a website with a white background without fear of getting any unsightly grey borders around it. Hope you found it helpful. If you'd like me to share some more quick tips like this, please say so in the comments. Don't forget to share, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching my little quick tip. Cheers, bye.